What's going on, people? This the Bear here, and I'm gonna be every now and then doing some of these game on videos, which basically I'm gonna talk about a game in particular or any kind of gaming news and whatnot. So when you see like a game on video, it's basically about gaming, and you'll see this every now and then when I talk about games and whatnot. So I want to talk about something about this game called the Order 1886 that's coming out for the PS4. You know, a lot of people has been talking about how short the game is. It's basically 5 hours long, and it has no multiplayer. And basically, people are saying, once you play the game, there's nothing else to do but basically play it again. I guess to another difficulty and whatnot. And there's always been problems when it comes to a lot of single player games. Like for instance, Call of Duty. I gotta put that in there. I gotta put Call of Duty because uh, Treyarch and Activision for years has always made short campaigns with the Call of Duty series and all, and they will just basically focus more on the multiplayer games. They've been doing that for the longest period of time. I've been like asking over and over again, please, could you make a longer campaign for a Call of Duty game? And every year they give us the same copy and paste, recycled, you know, graphics and whatnot, gameplay. They'll add a little something here, a little something there, just to get you interested into like buying the game or getting a season pass and whatnot. And they tell you that this is different, that, but there's nothing really different about any of the Call of Duty games. That's another subject, but I'm just saying, the Call of Duty games has always been short, and people still always buy it. But the reason why people buy the Call of Duty games is because they have good multiplayer. Well, decent. I ain't gonna say good multiplayer. They had decent multiplayer, but it's enough where they can still make hundreds of millions of dollars from Call of Duty. But that's on a different subject. Let me talk about this here. The Order 1886. People are complaining about its 5 hour song and stuff like that and all. Well, I'm gonna tell you something about me. I have always been a person that I will not pre-order games. I used to do that. The last time I pre-ordered a game was I think it was Madden 2012. I don't pre-order no more because I'm a type of person who will wait for GameStop or IGN or Angry Joe or someone like that to make a review on the game. You know what I'm saying? Um, you know, because I don't want to waste my $60 if a campaign is short and it's like, okay, I done beat the game. I really don't want to play it again because it was kind of average at best. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I don't want to play it no more because it doesn't have no multiplayer to it. It doesn't stretch the game out. So what I do is after I play the game for 5 something or 6 something hours or something like that, and if the game is not really worth keeping, I'm gonna send the game to GameStop and get my money back. And I think a lot of people is following that same kind of path when it comes to games because a lot of times, when you do buy a game, you buy a game because, or when you pre-order a game, you pre-order and you buy the game because of the trailers that makes the games look so good. Like for Madden, the first Madden for the Xbox One, the Xbox One trailer was looking, it was great. It was looking like it was going to be the best Madden ever. And then when you got it, it was glitchy, it was buggy, it was nothing like that was on the trailers. But the reason why we go and buy these games is because the companies who publish these games spends a lot of money on marketing the game, and all the trailers and whatnot. And that is what gets gamers excited to go and get the game because you see these awesome trailers that these companies, they are going to spend lots of money hundreds of thousands, not if millions of dollars for advertisement, even if the game is horrible, because they still want people to buy it. So they're going to use tactics like these so that you can go as a gamer, you will go and buy the game, and all the pre-orders and whatnot, and all the DLC that come with those pre-orders and stuff like that. Developers are going to push that into your minds because they are telling you that this game is so good, it's worth the pre-order. If you get the pre-order, you get day one edition content, and it tricks a lot of gamers. It tricks a lot of the consumers. You know what I'm saying? You cannot do that with people and expect people to really just be fooled by this, because that's what you're basically doing. You are fooling the consumers, the gamers, when you got these awesome trailers and you show snippets of the good part of the games, But when you get the game, it's absolutely horrible. Like the Master Chief Collection. Okay, I thought that would have been the greatest thing for the Xbox One. They had the first Halo, the second Halo, which I love the multiplayer in the second Halo. You got the third Halo and you got the fourth Halo. And just to play the revamped, remastered edition of Halo 2 multiplayer, that was the thing. That was a dream come true. But it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that at all. You could barely get a multiplayer matchmaking. You can't get a matchmaking game on there. It was so buggy and everything. It was I don't know what it is. The servers kept going down and whatnot. You couldn't get no kind of matchmaking going on. But, companies are going to overhype a game so you can go buy it. And then when you get the game, it's disappointment. I could name a whole bunch of other games that companies has basically overhyped with advertising, and then it's like, here comes the day when you go out there and you're standing in line, even in the freezing cold. You're standing in line for a game, and then you get the game, you play it, and you are very unhappy with it. You are disappointed as all hell, And, I think that companies should stop doing that. You know what I'm saying? Especially for the Order 1886. Why not put a multiplayer in that game if you know that the campaign is going to be short? Stretch it out. Expand it, because that is what gamers are basically going to be looking for. If they like the game, and they see the multiplayer. And they see that, if it's good enough to have a multiplayer, why not put a good multiplayer? And I ain't talking about one that just, adds some kind of, average little multiplayer just to please the fans and whatnot. Put a good multiplayer in a game that, that's good, basically. But they don't do that. It's a lot of companies don't really do that. They'll just make a game. They'll overhype it for months, like they did with Watch Dogs. That's another game that just came to mind. Overhype it for months, and then once you get the game, it's like, well, here it is. Here our finished copy. I hope you like it. And people don't like it, and then what happens is they send it back to GameStop, or they send it back to whatever they bought the game from, because it's not stretched out. It's not advanced enough, that you could have put I'm pretty sure that the company that made the Order 1886 could have put a multiplayer game in it. Instead, they cut corners on this and they cut corners on that. And it was like, I guess it was more money to make a multiplayer on the game. So they had to cut some corners and whatnot. Basically, they probably would say to themselves that the multiplayer experience will not look as good as the single player experience. So they're just going to knock it out. They're just not going to do it, But that is still unfair if the game is good. You got 5 hours into a game. 5 hours to me, maybe maybe about 8 hours. I'm talking about like gameplay. I ain't talking about the screen the cut screens and whatnot. I'm talking about gameplay. You got here about 5 to maybe 8 hours of gameplay, if that. You know what I'm saying? That is still short for a $60 game. If you know your game is going to be 5 hours or something like that, or a real short game, cut the price. Why charge a full a retail, why charge a full retail price for a game that has a short campaign? It's very unfair. And what's going to happen is when this game comes out on Friday, what's going to happen is people are going to send the game back. The ones who hasn't looked at YouTube or something like that for the leaked footage and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? Early footage of a game, the ones that got the game early and they got let's play videos on YouTube and whatnot. If these people don't know about it and they buy the game, they're going to send it back, and they're going to probably, whoever developed the game, they're probably going to go on your forums and just dog the game out. That's going to make your company look bad. You know what I'm saying? So what I always do, and what I think that people should do, what gamers should do, is basically wait for a review to come out and then make up your mind if it's good enough to go buy a game. And I'm going to tell you about when it comes to scores. Anything above a 7.5 is good enough to go and buy or to go rent or whatever, stuff like that. I'm going to say you to buy or rent. Okay? A 7, anything above a 7 is worth going to rent. Anything a 7.5 and above is worth going to buy. That's just how I come up with the game scores and whatnot. And is it worth buying or renting? Okay. Another thing that people can do is look on Metacritic.com. They always have good, reliable reviewers on there that will tell you exactly in detail what the game is. Is it worth buying? The details about the game, the gameplay itself, and things like that. You know what I'm saying? So always look into that before pre-ordering the game or before buying the game. Okay, and that would just save you time and money from going to games like game stores like GameStop and whatnot, going back and forth. One, to go and buy the game, but then when you play it, you're going back because you don't like it and you want your money back. That will save you time, because if you get the review of the game, you would know exactly what you're getting into, and is it really worth it? You know what I'm saying? So always do that. I would just suggest that to any new gamer who, any gamer who wants to go and buy a good game or a decent game, because a lot of companies overhype, and they're really about their quota. They're really about their numbers. You know what I'm saying? When the game comes out on day one or whatever, and they see how many people buying and whatnot, this is what these companies really count. How many people bought the game? How many people pre-ordered the game? And they're just trying to reach their quota. They really don't really care about the fans. A lot of companies don't really care about the fans. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my opinion. A lot of people on YouTube has already gave about their opinion about the Order 1886 and how short the game is and whatnot. But always get the facts and get the reviews before buying any kind of game, and that is what I do now. And it just, like I said, it just saves time. So anyway, I hope you do enjoy the game. It looks good, but we can't just go on looks alone. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, the trailers, sometimes a lot of the trailers lie, because the trailer does not look like the game. So, all right, y'all. So the game comes out in 2 days, and I'm going to be looking for the review before I will go buy the game. You know what I'm saying? It's just what I do. So I hope you do the same. All right, y'all. Please, if you like my channel, please go into my channel, support my channel by going to the support tab. Any donations that you're willing to give will be greatly appreciated. And I thank you for watching my videos. I thank my subscribers. I thank my people that view my videos. I thank y'all guys. And I will be making a lot more. It's just a hobby of mine. And, you know, even though I don't get paid for my videos, this is just something of a hobby. I like making these kind of videos. So I thank y'all, and peace out.